Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming to my presentation about introducing Hy-Vee, the grocery store chain, into Appleton, Wisconsin. Today, I'll be talking about where we'll be moving, how, why, as long as some of the culture and demographics of Appleton, and why I believe that Hy-Vee would be a perfect store to be introduced to Appleton, Wisconsin. At the end, I'll be sharing the success metrics we use to capture if it was a good decision to move Hy-Vee to Wisconsin or not, and we can also have some room for questions. So, first, let's go over the general information about Appleton. So, Appleton, Wisconsin is located alongside the Fox River in eastern Wisconsin. So, in Wisconsin as a whole, 967,000 100,000 retail industry employees are employed in the retail industry. This is 26% of the workforce. And in Wisconsin, the state as a whole faced 17% lower inflation rates than the national average rate. And this has been since 2021 through 2023 with the recent economy activities. So they basically are very big into the grocery store industry. So the culture of Appleton, Wisconsin, they promote art, they promote community, and they promote supporting small businesses. While Hy-Vee is not a small business, it is employee owned, which means that the employees that Hy-Vee is supporting are also supporting the community and are sometimes even neighbors of the average Hy-Vee shopper, which Appleton will appreciate definitely with the way they have such a sense of belonging and acceptance and supporting one another in the culture. Appleton is very open to new business, and they especially like when business supports community like Hy-Vee will with its employee owned basis. So for the demographics of Hy-Vee, basically 10% of Wisconsin citizens live in a food desert, which means they are in rural areas at least 30 minutes away from a grocery store, and in urban areas, they are more than 1 mile or 10 minutes away from a grocery store. So we're looking to decrease that number, and by building more grocery stores, hopefully we would be able to accomplish that goal by implementing Hy-Vee first into Appleton and then further on into other cities in Wisconsin. So between 2010 and 2020, Wisconsin's median household income grew from $61,475 to $68,364. That is an 11.2% increase. And so, therefore, they are spending more money on groceries. The population of Appleton, Wisconsin is 74,854 people. So, it's a large and it's quickly growing community that is benefiting from people moving to Wisconsin for economic reasons and lower cost of development, as well as people wanting to stay in Wisconsin. There is a low rate of people leaving the state currently. So, how are we going to do this? How will we accomplish moving Hy-Vee into Appleton? Well, there's 6 major grocery stores in Wisconsin, which I'll touch more on later, and one of those is Piggly Wiggly. It's actually the number 1 grocery store in Wisconsin. There are 91 Piggly Wiggly locations in Wisconsin, and Appleton had a Piggly Wiggly. However, in 2023, it shut down due to poor customer service reviews and a low customer satisfaction rate as a whole, which, as we've discussed earlier, is very important to Appleton, Wisconsin because of their sense of community and sense of friendliness and customer service. Piggly Wiggly was not offering that. So there is not an abandoned, but an empty old grocery store building, which I believe could be the perfect basis for a remodel for moving Hy-Vee to Appleton, Wisconsin. The cost of remodeling a building rather than completely reconstructing a building is substantially lower. And also, Piggly Wiggly did not shut down due to being in a bad location. It shut down mostly to pricing, but the number one was the customer service issue. So Hy-Vee is known for excellent customer service. That's one of our brand forefront goals. So I believe we could fill in that gap where the Piggly Wiggly left in Appleton, Wisconsin. So I think one of the most important things we need to do before we move is we need to research the pain points and successes of current grocery stores in Appleton, and especially further research Piggly Wiggly and its demise so we can ensure that we do not make the same problems and learn from our competitors. So why would we move to Wisconsin and specifically Appleton? Well, Wisconsin has seen a 2.9% increase in foot traffic within all major grocery stores because people are, one, valuing eating healthy since the pandemic, and two, due to recent inflation, people are noticing the budget changes that occur when you eat at home and not, eat out constantly. So people are buying more groceries and cooking at home to save money. The 6 major grocery stores, like I discussed earlier, are all very successful, and I believe there is room for a 7th major grocery store chain, Hy-Vee. In Wisconsin in 2021, $51,978,508 were spent at grocery stores by citizens of Wisconsin. This was around 21% of their income, shopping at grocery stores, buying household supplies, food, drugs, toiletries, and more. So clearly in Wisconsin, they are spending money on groceries and supplies. I mean, everyone is obviously it's necessary, but 21% is a substantial part of income to be spending at grocery stores. So I think there are some unique benefits to moving to Appleton, Wisconsin that I'll talk on now. So demographically in Appleton, Wisconsin, the median age is 36 and a half, meaning most people are in the range of having families or living with roommates or starting to consider having families, which means buying larger amounts of groceries. And Appleton is a very family-friendly location, so there's lots of families in the state, which means obviously more income spent on groceries and more support for grocery stores like Hy-Vee. Appleton, Wisconsin actually has, or not, I'm sorry, not Appleton, but Wisconsin as a whole has a lower operating cost than 51.2% of other states, meaning opening a new location in Wisconsin would actually be optimal. There's also a large budget in Wisconsin for construction and new development as they're trying to support economic growth, which has been linked to their success in growing population and income. So I believe they will continue to support new businesses, which is a great marker for moving to Appleton. So I think to substantiate the reasons I think we will be successful, we have researched our competitors, we researched our location, and we've also analyzed data from Yelp and social media, as well as private surveys we could get access to if we are to move further with this idea. I believe we know what Appleton is missing, and we know how to fit Hy-Vee into that niche. For Appleton and Hy-Vee, 12, there's a kind of a great combination. It's mutually beneficial. 12% of Dane County citizens, which is where Appleton at, are food insecure, so they need more grocery stores. And this will be a great opportunity for Hy-Vee's tailored donations. Hy-Vee, obviously, as you know, is employee owned, so the donations are chosen, tailored to specific communities by employees. So I believe that supporting the food insecurity in Dane County would be a great use of those tailored donations. And so to measure success, I think we need to analyze our customer satisfaction rate, the profit, the gross sales, expenses, and loyalty of customers returning versus not returning. While we are implementing Hy-Vee into Appleton, we can do this quarterly and annually to create reports and see whether or not this company should be expanded further into Wisconsin or not. But if anyone has any questions, I would love to hear them, and thank you all for listening.